The views expressed in this podcast, Champ and Tramp, belong to the host and guest, not the Champ and Tramp podcast itself. It's intended for entertainment information, so please use discretion. We're not responsible for any outcomes resulting from the content discussed.
Man, getting through these workouts lately have been tough. I just don't seem to have the energy. And being around you doesn't help much either, Raj.
Thanks, buddy. You need to scoop some Nitro Lift into your routine, Frankie. It comes in 2 bomb-ass flavors, cherry lime and blue slush.
Oh, I got one here, buddy. Oh, wow. This is all about boosting your performance. It delivers explosive strength and power, laser-sharp focus, and enhanced endurance. And not to mention the added benefits of creatine.
And it's not just about the great taste, Frankie. Nitro Lift is going to hit you with new PRs and give you that crazy pump in the gym everybody wants.
I know what I'm taking from now on. The best in the game. Nitro Lift pre-workout.
Let's go.
Real show, here we go. Real show, here we go. You know that it's gotta be that time, so this is what we chant. What keeps on getting them all amped in advance? Come on. You and I rocking out with Iron Man, FE. You get the general's point of view on top of Rogers' rants. Whenever tapping out, we're putting the most minutes in. You already know what that's about, you know that winners win. Crush whatever's on task, check the podcast. It's the Champ and the Tramp, let the bomb blast.
What's up, everybody? Roger, what's up, my man?
What's up, pal?
We got Dean Peterson, multiple-time New Jersey state champ, stud wrestler from the Jersey Shore, junior at Rutgers University, national qualifier last year.
Yes,
national
sir.
qualifier
Yes,
last
sir.
year. Definitely looking to do some big things. Good to have you, Dean.
Yes, sir. I'm happy to be here. You know, lineup's looking good for the year. I'm excited to go 125 again.
Pull that mic right up to your face.
Closer.
Yeah,
There we go.
Perfect.
It's all floppy.
It's like me. It's like me, Dean.
This is true.
Frankie knows. Frankie knows.
So you're saying, what's the preseason ranking for Rutgers right now?
I think they've got us in at 19. I think we
19?
should be. We're gonna end the season higher than that
yeah.
for sure. Lineup wise, though, we got a lot of heavy hitters. I think we've got 4 or 5 former All-Americans in the lineup.
Oh, wow.
Besides, I haven't All-Americaned yet. You know, been there 2 years, but you know,
That's the plan.
yeah, that's the plan.
Nice.
So you were teammates with Sebastian then?
Seabass.
That's
Yeah,
got to
actually-
be inspirational, right? I mean, the dude was Olympic silver medalist this year, right? It's
Yeah.
That's pretty.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
Sucks to see him
Bronze.
go to-
Excuse me, bronze.
Yeah, well, you know,
Should have
won
been
silver the
gold.
year before.
He was
Yeah,
very
just-
close.
so close. He was like one takedown
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, man.
But I actually got to live with him last year, so him being like an RTC athlete and being in the house, it was interesting to see like his like regimen and stuff. And that man is always like stomping up the stairs.
Yeah.
You can't sleep late in the mornings with him.
Yeah.
He's like coming home with his coffee and he's just like
he got.
running, stomping
Really?
up the
He got
stairs.
these
Yeah,
feet
he's
on him.
terrible.
Oh,
with
he's
it.
like Frankie then.
That's right.
I forget we were somewhere. I don't know where we were, and at some building probably over 3 floors because it was an elevator. And I went to go hit the button, and you go, bro, why would you take an elevator when there's stairs? And I was like,
Yeah.
you know what? You're kind of right. You're kind of right. It's exercise, right?
That's it.
Yeah, you'll never see him taking an elevator.
Yeah.
He's always he's not even just like walking up the stairs. He's almost like it's a competition. He's sprinting. Up
Hell
them.
yeah. Hell yeah. That's how we breed them. That's how we breed them down here.
Jersey definitely has some monsters.
Hell yeah. You're the 3-time state champ?
Two. I didn't
And
end up.
you didn't wrestle your senior year, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I had to get surgery on my nose. You can still see it. It's
Mm.
all crooked. They were supposed to fix it and straighten it out.
So you have I read that. You had a deviated septum. You got it corrected?
I had a double deviated septum in both sides of my nose. So basically, they told me when I went in my senior year, I wanted to wrestle, and they pushed the season back because of COVID and everything. But they told me like I had cartilage floating around in my nose, and if like I sniffed the wrong way, it'll like go up. So like you got to get it before the season. You can't really wait. So then I missed out my
Now,
senior year.
that was from an injury, obviously?
Yeah, so I had broken my nose a couple times wrestling, but the time that I had to get it fixed, I broke it because I lost a fly ball playing baseball with my little brother. So,
We're lost in the sun?
yeah, it was a little embarrassing. I ended up catching it off my nose.
There you
It,
go.
Hit my nose and like landed in my glove. I was like, oh, that's good.
Ah.
But yeah.
So I'm kind of curious about that because my son has a deviated septum. Nobody really knows. they said it was caused by trauma, and my son's a fucking animal, but he's only 8. But he breathes like he's 8 and he sleeps with me, when he's with me, and he snores.
You got a snore battle?
He snores,
like a snore
bro.
battle
He snores,
between
but
both yous?
he breathes like he's a fucking nasal breather. He's like, you can hear him.
It's good.
So
you don't want to be a mouth breather.
Well, we had it looked at, and he's got a deviated septum. So at some point, we got to get it corrected. But that's going to put him down and out for a while, especially with sports, I guess, right?
Yeah, because I thought I was still going to make it back to wrestle my senior year because I didn't even know I wasn't going to wrestle because they told me 4 weeks after surgery. I was like, okay, that makes sense. And I went in for my 4-week appointment. They cleared me, and I'm like, okay, I'm good to wrestle. I'm like, no, you have to ease into competition or even wrestling over the next 2 to 4 weeks because if I would ramp my heart rate up too fast, I'd start my nose would start bleeding.
Oh, really?
So they're like, you can't really do much. And I was like, well, season starts in 2 weeks, and then by the time I'd come back it would already be past because they didn't do district, region, states during COVID. They went straight to super regions. So they skipped all that post season stuff in the regular season. But honestly, I would wait for your son to get that surgery just because I feel like it didn't help my breathing
Really?
at all. I maybe a month, and then after wrestling and having it knocked around, not breaking it or nothing, it just I can't really breathe through my nose that well. So I'm a mouth breather too, so I get that. I'm like,
I have to breathe out my nose. My nose, I can't. I got it all.
You have to? Because you've had some nasty...
No, I feel like I hate breathing out my mouth.
You hate breathing out your mouth, yeah.
But I just find a way.
Yeah.
I force it up there.
Do you remember, I don't know what fight it was. I forget what fight. It might have been your first fight at 135. Who was that? Munez. When you came back, dude, it was whistling. It would drive
but that's
me
also
nuts.
because you're cutting weight, and then you come back and you eat some. I'm just swollen, so it's like
It would literally, we'd do this podcast, and then you just hear this whistle, and it would drive me nuts. But I ain't gonna say shit. This guy's fucking, he just came off a crazy fight camp. You could literally every time he would breathe out, you hear fucking whistling. But I was like, is that gonna stop? Is it eventually gonna go away? And it did. But yeah, funny. Speaking of that. UFC fights, Poeton, who was his opponent? You talk about a nasty Roundtree. Dude, he posted a picture today and said he had to have surgery. He said most painful surgery
I know, what kind
ever.
of surgery was it? He called it some type of...
He did. He called it rhinoplasty or some shit.
Yeah, but something like that, but not like
it wasn't
that.
a rhinoplasty, but something similar to that. But he said most painful thing he's ever experienced.
My nose, I had issues with my nose, and that sucked too. My nose bled for a month. Same thing with you. I blew it too hard, and I blew a blood vessel out, so it wouldn't stop bleeding.
Yeah, you took that up kick. I remember that, and you had.
I don't even think it was from. I'm sure that started it, but it was because when I came home, I was trying. My nose is stuffed, and I'm like, "Fuck, I need to breathe." I hate not breathing out my nose, and I blew hard as hell, and I blew the fucking blood vessel out.
Yep.
So it wouldn't stop bleeding. And they went through this artery twice. You have an artery in your groin to try to plug it. And it didn't work twice.
Yeah, I remember one time you one time you had just left the doctor's office, right? We're driving home and it started fucking.
Well,
leaking.
no, he packed it. He packed it with the Rhino rocket in there, and I walk out. No, actually no. He
cauterized it.
He cauterized it. I walk out literally before I even get out of the door. My nose starts bleeding. I'm like, dude, it's always so he cauterizes it even more. I get in my car. I start driving. Boom, calm down. I fucking turn back around. He's like, all right, bro, we got to pack it. And I'm like, fuck. And that's when he packed it with that Rhino rocket, dude. That was miserable.
You were absolutely miserable.
I was miserable. Yeah.
I remember. I forget who he fought, but I think Cowboy Cerrone's corner had to throw in the towel or whatever. Some fight.
I think the ref threw in the towel.
Was it the ref?
The ref called it. Yeah, I think so.
But he took his nose was broken,
yeah,
clearly
broken.
And he went to blow his nose out, and immediately you just see his eye go, just swell shut.
And that happened my first fight.
Did it?
Yeah. I didn't even look like I got into a fight, and then I blew my nose and.
During or after?
After.
Yeah.
When
they tell you that, don't blow your nose, but it's so hard not to freaking blow your nose,
Exactly.
So, what about your schedule this year? I see Penn State's coming to Jersey. What's it called? Jersey Mike's? Yeah.
Kale Sanderson owes me an apology is what he does.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys watched last year. So they didn't have. So we wrestled Penn State, but we wrestled them at Penn State. We weren't in their regular arena. We were at the BJC, which is like
the Bryce Jordan
Center. Yeah. So 5 minutes before I walk out there, they tell our coaches. They don't tell me. There's no video review. Now in the Big Ten, video reviews, like, you have to have it for these duels and stuff. So we go out there, I wrestle. There's a scramble with 30 seconds left, and I get behind Braden Davis, who was like pretty good at 125 last year. Ended up winning like the Big Ten championships and stuff. 30 seconds, I get behind him. I think I have a takedown. So I like run to my corner. I'm telling him, throw the brick, throw the brick.
No brick.
They throw it. The ref walks it back to the corner and says, there's no video review. We're starting overtime. He takes me down in like 15, 20 seconds. Match ends. And then I just like, because I was sick, actually, I sprint off the mat and I'm just like puking. And all the Penn State fans are like chirping me. And I'm like, this sucks.
Them old school Penn State fans, dude.
So
All old people screaming at you,
old
right?
white dudes
Old
just-
white, yeah, white hair, dude. Yeah, for real. Yeah, they were always like that.
Well, what was the coach that got in trouble over there? What was his name?
Oh,
Sandusky.
Sandusky.
Yeah, kind of like Sandusky.
Roger
yeah.
went to school with him.
Yeah, I did.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Did you?
Yeah, they gave me. I was on. I did. I was there for a while.
You got one of those scholarships and even play a
I saw Clarion on the schedule, December 13th. You're.
Yeah.
you're-
Are you guys at Clarion or
I think
are they here?
I think they're here, or I think it might be at a different location, but they're down
Okay,
like
yeah.
here, yeah. Because we're doing a couple of different things like
quads
that.
and stuff?
Yeah, we're doing. So we wrestle NC State and LIU at the Rataco Center here down in Tom's River.
Oh, get out of here.
Yeah.
Wait, LI, what, Long Island University?
Long Island
Oh,
University.
shit.
They suck.
Wait, who else?
NC State.
NC
NC
State.
State's
Okay,
the
all right,
match everyone's
okay,
coming
all right.
to watch.
Wow, that's a bit the Rataco
Wait,
Center?
right
here?
Hell
No
yeah.
way.
We
That's
got to do
crazy.
that. Do you know the date of that?
I can actually get it up. I think it's the
December
17th. 17th it might
Oh,
be.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna have
I
to
saw
come to that
December
one.
13th. Clarion was all I saw. Is that
Yeah.
it?
Sunday the 7th at 2 p.m. we got NC State LIU.
We're at the
So that'll be
Rataco
good.
Center. That's
Yeah.
perfect, dude. I can't wait for that.
Last time you were at the Ritaco Center, you were smashing people with chairs.
Yeah, hell yeah.
He did a little
I
pro
did
wrestling
pro
debut.
wrestling thing, yeah.
Like
Now
a
what I
little
did, I
WWE.
hit someone with a 1-2. Thing. Yeah, it was good.
It was midget wrestling, but it was good.
Yeah, yeah.
and they stuck him to the wall of Velcro.
Frankie Edgar versus Beetlejuice.
So how is the college? Like, I graduated. Roger never went to college. Obviously,
Facts. I went to a vocational technical school, technically speaking. But
It was like for special kids.
it was.
Like special needs.
Yeah. Chimney sweep.
Like Lincoln
slower.
Logs. He's like, oh, this is wood shop. They let him play with Lincoln Logs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Chris, help me out here, bro. Come on. Help me out.
I don't think they had much stuff.
No,
like that, right?
but like it's I
Frankie
mean,
went to the Keebler Elf School.
yeah.
It was in a tree.
Is Rutgers hard academically? You think? I mean, being a student athlete and all that.
Absolutely not.
No.
I mean, I don't think college is hard in general.
You got to
just 'cause
like
it's
try to do bad in college.
You
You feel like
you've
right?
got to like already be behind the curve.
like at a
Yeah.
school
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
It's Rutgers. It's not academically tough.
But it like
at all.
isn't historically it's supposed to be a decently academic school though.
Yeah, absolutely. But they just make it so easy for you now.
athletes, you think?
Yeah, athletes
More so- yeah,
especially because we
yeah.
get like our schedules. We get to make them right away before everybody else. We get to do. It's almost like
Should though.
It's when-
I mean,
yeah.
you're the reason money's coming into the
Oh,
school.
yeah.
You know, the athletic programs.
it's almost like
And
we're
dude, you're
educated.
if you wrestle in college in D1, it's like going to school and also having a full-time job.
Right.
It
Absolutely.
really is.
And really, you're there for that. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, every time I used to ask Frankie, what'd you go to school for? Wrestling would be his answer. So that's a great question because how much pressure do you get from the school itself to make the grade or do well or keep a certain
Well,
average?
you have to, but I mean, in order to be eligible to wrestle.
I know,
Yeah.
but don't they assist the shit out of you if you're not doing
They
well?
try to.
Well, yeah,
The
yeah.
They
one
try
that
to.
student doesn't have, if you were falling behind, they're going to get you the resources needed.
Give him a mic, please. Now you said
How's
what?
he gonna get his beers?
We can do both. Say that. What was that question?
Will the school supply the resources for you, like
Yeah,
the
tutors,
tutors
and,
and all this stuff?
absolutely.
Like you
Yeah,
have
yeah,
access
yeah.
to more things than the regular student that's just
Yeah,
going there.
yes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, they want to keep the athlete
Yeah.
program
Yeah,
going,
for
so
sure.
I'm sure they're gonna.
They make some of the athletes have tutors. Like
Yeah.
they won't
If
let
their
you.
grade point average starts
Yeah.
dropping. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe a better question is how important is academics to you?
To
You-
me,
when you
so,
get it-
I mean, personally, I'm not very whatever.
Do you
That's
feel
kind-
like you're gonna fall back on that in some way in the real world to get a to apply for work or a job? Or
he's going to
gonna
school to be for a
Yeah,
psychology
so
major, right? And a minor in
Yeah.
or minor in psychology.
So I've got a major in psychology with a minor in criminology because I want to go into like forensic psych or sports psych. I haven't really decided yet.
Okay.
But like school is great and all, but I don't think it's even going to help me if I want to get a job with that stuff anyway. Because the way the
that's-
school is like structured and stuff, it's just not.
It's gonna listen. School to me, it helps you get ready for life, like especially wrestling. Like I mean, I don't know how you had it. I never did laundry until I went to college. I had to do my laundry. I had to figure out my I had to pay bills. I had to do all this stuff that I never had to do, and I had to do that all while I was trying to make grades and.
That's a good halfway
and
between
succeed
real
in
life
wrestling.
from being
It's
a
just
kid in real life. It
Being a
really is.
mama's boy is what that is.
No, bro.
But it is
You
the
did
truth.
your laundry? You did
Yes.
your laundry?
Hell yes.
Okay. Do you
He
pay
washed
bills?
his
You
laundry
paid
over a
bills? You
rock
paid
in the
bills
river,
before you
bro.
moved
You
out of your
know.
house? No, you didn't pay bills.
I mean, some. Yeah, I paid my car payment, paid my insurance. Yeah.
This guy. I'm paying electric bill, a fucking this bill, that bill.
Yeah. Well,
You know?
Yeah, I didn't do my laundry till I got to college.
Yeah.
I never did my own. I didn't have no bills till I got to. It's definitely like
Yeah,
it's
like a we're real world, and especially just the fact you have you want to win, you want to be a fucking all American national champ. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like having that on top of all that other stuff,
Sure.
that's what makes it tough.
Yeah.
you know.
For sure.
And having that degree it gets you in the door. It really does.
Well, no, and then once you get to Rutgers, you get the networking. That's what it is.
You meet so many people that
Yeah.
you can, that's why it's like academics are important. I want to have over that 2.0, but I'm not like striving to have like this 4.0
Yeah,
and do all this other stuff because like after I'm out of college, what is that going to mean?
Yeah, for sure.
What's your plans for after college?
I want to wrestle. I want to switch to like freestyle. I haven't really wrestled too much freestyle. I want to kind of do what Seb did, take a couple years, learn the style, compete over the countries and stuff, do whatever. But I haven't wrestled freestyle in like 2 or 3 years. So like
Gotta
that's
get back on the wagon.
It's
If
a
you
rough
could have it
little-
your way, you would go to the Olympics like Seb did, do well, come out, coach a program, something like that. That's the overall goal for the long term.
Oh yeah, I mean, but he had a couple years before that because he graduated in what 22, 23, and he had a couple years where he was kind of just like training almost.
Yeah,
Like, he was
right,
at the
right.
A
Rutgers and
regional
RTC
center.
and stuff.
Yeah.
So like after I get out of school, train for a couple years, get used to the style, and then go for
The
it.
thing is with something like wrestling, like when you're a so-called old wrestler, you're a fucking 25, 26-year-old
Yeah, yeah.
kid where it's like, bro,
Yeah.
life hasn't even started in most situations. You know what I mean?
Right. So what? How did you get into wrestling? I mean, obviously you must have got in at an early age. You're from Barnegat. You don't
Yeah.
hear of big time wrestling programs, generally speaking, from Barnegat. It kind of starts in Toms River, really, and then goes north, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's not really too many South Jersey or
so
south of Barnegat. That's any
Was
good.
it from your
Except
dad?
Southern.
Was that the
Except
push?
Southern.
What is South?
All right,
Southern, maybe?
Southern's
Southern?
about it.
Southern. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Southern.
So
I give you Southern.
my dad wrestled, I guess, in the '80s for Southern. He wasn't, whatever, but he got me into it. So I was like 4 years old when I started. He took me to a rec practice, and I was beating up all the other like 4-year-olds, all the other little kids. So they put me with the 6-year-olds and like the 7-year-olds, and I got my ass kicked. And like I'm crying or whatever after, and I get to the car with my dad, and I'm like, I gotta go back and I gotta beat the fuck out of those guys. I cannot lose to those guys. I'm like a little kid. I'm like tears running down my face. I'm like, I can't get my ass kicked like that and not go back. I'm like, and after that, I just kind of fell in love with it and wrestling. and
That
all
makes me happy to hear
Yeah.
that because that's how my son is. So that makes me happy. He's got a long ways to go, but
That's the
he
make or
hates-
break right there,
bro,
though,
he
man.
Fucking
That's-
hates losing, dude. He hates it.
Yeah.
So glad to hear that.
Yeah. Well, not you got it. Who the fuck likes to lose?
No one likes
So, but some kids like it less than others.
I was gonna say there are
Some
definitely kids that like it
than
less than
others.
others.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know what? I keep saying this though. Like, that quote. It's like if you wrestle or if you're fighting someone that hates to lose, is hard as hell.
Yeah.
But fighting someone that loves to compete is another animal.
Very true.
You know what I mean?
Well, I tell
Very
that's
true.
what I say to everybody about you. Like, you get the kid that fought his way out of the ghetto and he had no other way of making it, and this was his one shot of getting out of the ghetto. That's a dangerous man. But you get a guy like yourself who had every opportunity to do other things. You didn't have to go and compete, but you
I could've
chose
been
to do
digging
that.
holes, you're saying.
That's also
I could have been digging holes.
let's-
Fuck,
that's-
well,
I'd rather
I'm saying
compete
you
than
could have
dig
took over
holes.
your father's plumbing business. And
I
just
know, but,
kinda
like, I was
slept
digging
in a
holes in
truck
that
like
process.
you did when you worked for him. You know?
That's a good way to put it. I never
It
really
is though.
heard-
If
yeah,
you think
yeah,
about it,
yeah.
like obviously it's a dangerous man that says, "Hey man, I got no other options and I can't fail." But how about the guy that says, I have many options, and I'm choosing to get punched in the face for a living for freaking 20 years.
Right.
That's that's something special too.
And I think that's an early learning curve. If you have opportunities given to you and you choose to get and you take a couple shots in the face, you're going to figure out real quick whether it's for you or not, or you're going to go, back to
100%,
whatever, back
100%.
to the silver
And they always
spoon
say
job.
that, like, if you have a fallback plan, you're never going to go fully into something. But that's not always the case,
Yeah.
It's not always the case.
For sure. How about that? Any interest in down the road? Obviously, we're talking your focus is wrestling.
We have a contract for you to sign right now.
I haven't really thought about like fighting too much because
Right.
when I was younger, when I started wrestling, I started boxing too. I just remember I don't like getting hit.
Okay.
I don't like getting hit.
Yeah.
Like some people, I can take a hit, whatever. I can get hit, get beat up, but
None of us like to get
not
hit.
fun.
Yeah.
Not fun.
That's not the name of the game,
Yeah, you're trying not to get hit, but
We had Nicky Rodriguez on early on in the show, who's a savage BJJ guy. I mean, probably one of the only guys that
Jersey guy.
maybe could beat Ryan Gordon, right, or Gordon Ryan. But he said the same thing. He's like, I don't know if I like getting punched in the face.
Yeah.
That dude's an animal on the mats.
A beast, yeah. Super physical.
isn't that the dude that wrestled Pat Downey?
Yes.
Pat Downey in the BJJ
Yeah,
or whatever.
yes.
Yeah.
No. He didn't. Well, yeah, but no.
Gordon
they're
wrestled
thinking Craig.
Pat Downey. Remember Gordon
no,
wrestled
Gordon
him?
wrestled Pat Downey, yeah.
Right.
But who did Pat Downey just go against though and lost in the CJI?
That was in the CGI.
But I thought he won. I thought Pat Downey won
He was
too.
I don't know the rules. I mean, he was kind of like they were saying
No,
it's
it's
He
rules.
was on top the whole
Bro,
freaking time.
it's they judge it like a fight.
but yeah, right.
How about that guy? I don't know shit about wrestling. I didn't have it when I was a kid. There was
His town didn't have sports.
I have a
No sports?
we had the basics. I have a varsity letter in fly fishing and log rolling. So
Fly fishing and log.
I'm joking. We had the basics. We had
He's
basketball.
from Maine. He's from Maine.
I'm from a little town
He's a
in
big
Maine.
frisbee
Little-
golf guy.
Yeah. Yeah, basically. How about that dude AJ Ferrari though? That dude seems to be always in the news.
man.
He's on like his third college.
No, but now what? He ended up at Bakersfield.
He's at Cal State's Bakersfield.
Yeah,
He keeps
yeah.
chirping Strachey.
He's,
Yeah, I see that. I seen that.
Oh, really? He's a
Yeah.
197er, right? He's 197er.
Yeah.
He's a
Not
big
a
dude.
fan. Not a
Not a
fan
fan.
of him. He's just
He's a big
personality.
Big personality.
Big personality.
Yeah.
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 He's got brothers too.
Now,
that
who's
wrestle,
number
but-
one? They're having that, or right for
They-
college.
they-
What's it called? Is that what it's called? No,
All
who's
Star
number-
Classic.
Oh,
All-Star Classic. Yeah.
And Starachi's wrestling. Who's the
dude from,
Parker or something or what?
Parker Kikaisen.
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Uni.
He's a national champ too, right?
Yeah.
At the
That'll
weight,
be
the weight above or below? Starachi?
Above 80
Above.
or Starachi's below, the dude's above. So,
Oh, so his
he's, I think
Starachi's
he's
going
bumping up.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's gonna be a good one.
And that's why AJ's chirping him because he's not coming all the way up to 97. He's
Like, come
stopping
on,
at
dude.
84.
Like,
It's
come on,
two
dude.
weight
Yeah,
classes, you know.
yeah,
It's a
that
big
matters.
jump.
That matters definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of weak.
Yeah. But yeah, I actually beefed with his little brother for a little bit.
Oh, yeah?
Ferrari?
Yeah, because we were the same weight in high school and stuff. So after I won my second state title, he was supposed to be one of the guys that was considered for who's number one when I was coming through. And I guess they didn't pick him or whatever, and he was chirping me on his story. He was like, Dean Peterson, shit, you shouldn't even be ranked that high. And I was like, that's why I beat, because his, like, that whole family, like, hates me.
Yeah.
Because I wrestled him when I was younger one time, and his dad's like a juice head a little bit. And
Oh, it's starting to make sense now.
yeah.
It's starting to make sense.
I was losing to his son like 5-3 or 5-4 with like 20 seconds left. We go out of bounds. We come back. This is like middle school. This is even like before high school and all that. And I've got JoJo Aragona in the corner chirping. He's like, hit a low single. There's 7 seconds left. He's like, hit a low single, hit a low single. Whistle goes, hit a low single, take him down. His dad like walks onto the mat, grabs him by the back of the neck, and just walks him off. Pissed off. Yeah.
So what? I don't know much about the dude. We've met him before. He was a nice enough guy when we met him. We met him at we did that appearance at Asbury
Ale
House.
House, yeah.
But anyway, Texas guy that moved to Jersey.
He went to Burton Catholic, right?
He started
Couple
at
years in Burton,
Texas,
right?
went to Blair, got
to
kicked
Blair?
out of
Went to
Blair.
Blair?
Yeah, he
Holy shit! I didn't know
got
that.
kicked out of Blair, then went to Bergen Catholic,
Wow.
and that's why he was in Jersey or whatever. But yeah, and then I think he ended up back in Texas, so he switched schools like 3 or 4
Yeah.
times.
And he's doing the same with colleges now, isn't he? He's kind
He won a national title with
Oklahoma.
Okie State.
Okie State.
Yeah, Oklahoma. Yeah.
They completely changed over. They got
Yeah,
David Taylor in there
David
now.
Taylor
Yeah.
and RBY. It's crazy,
It's
bro.
an interesting bunch. I think they're going to be pretty good, though.
I think that Penn State needed a counterpart, dude.
Yeah.
It's just
Penn State was,
they were running away with it.
yeah,
They
they were
needed a
too
counterpart.
good.
Yeah.
Too good.
So this will bring this reminds me of, when I was it was Iowa and Okie State. Those are the teams.
But speaking of a Pennsylvania guy, right, that made the transition to MMA, that's looking like a phenom thus far, Bo Nickel, right? I mean, that's a guy that made the
I
made
want
the
to see him
switch.
fight someone a little better, but yeah, he's going to be legit, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
One
picked
of-
up the striking pretty well.
He
That's
has.
a big thing. Like you can see
His first pro fight ever, I think he knocked the guy out. It wasn't in the UFC, but
Yeah, that guy
Yeah.
picked up my garbage yesterday.
Yeah, he's had a couple good ones. He's brought along the right way.
I do want to
and
see him
then-
get punched a couple and see if he, test his chin and then see what he does from
Right.
there. But
He's legit.
So far, he's legit as
Yeah,
hell. Yeah.
When they say his jiu-jitsu is very good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
where he rolled with Marcelo. Is that what?
Oh, he rolled with
Marcelo
Gordon
Garcia.
Ryan too. He rolled with, and it was
Oh.
pretty competitive. But I think
Well, no,
the
it was-
rule set was.
Yeah,
No,
they
no,
did
no,
one.
no.
They did
Gordon-
a wrestling match
yeah.
and they did a jiu-jitsu match.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah,
see the
Gordon
wrestling
wasn't
match. I always
trying-
saw
yeah.
the
He was
jiu-jitsu.
getting
He was
tossed
getting
all
killed.
over, but then jiu-jitsu, what? Didn't he leg lock him now?
I don't think so. I think triangle.
Did he?
But he was even playing too with that.
Yeah, yeah.
This is before Bo Nichols. He was still a wrestler at the time too.
Right. Now, how about the sponsorship deals with the
NILs, yeah.
Yeah, you guys are allowed to do that
Is
now, right?
Have you seen that come about with any wrestlers? Football and stuff like that, I get it, but like, have you seen
There's
people-
actually been a couple. So there's been a couple things that I've been offered NIL wise that I just haven't really looked into.
Is it money? Is it? It is.
So
Okay.
my freshman year after my redshirt year, I made the round of 12 at the NCAA tournament. So I had schools reaching out to me when they weren't supposed to, right, and all that other stuff. So I won't say who, but a lot if you make the round of 12 in wrestling, they will offer you probably a full ride to whatever school. They'll pay for your housing, and they'll offer you some type of cash. And for round of 12, I was getting offered anywhere from $25K on top of my scholarship to 40.
Damn, bro.
And that's I know it's
And
not a
that's
lot,
and that's
you know.
cash in your bank account, though.
Yeah, that's cash on top of
coming from a time not that long ago, a couple years ago, where you
That was
if you
illegal.
took a
You
t-shirt
couldn't
do it.
from
You
somebody,
fucking-
they were
you
kicking
fucking-
you
yeah.
out.
Well, it's the
Yeah.
story of
From
Johnny
Reggie
Johnny
Bush.
football, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
No,
Right.
Manziel.
Yeah,
Johnny Manziel.
Manziel,
He
yeah.
got,
something? I don't
yeah,
know.
he got
But
pinched.
Reggie Bush lost his Heisman for that.
You ever seen that Johnny Manziel Netflix documentary?
I did.
He was
I-
selling his. He
yeah.
was selling all the
I met
autographs,
him, bro.
and his
He's
boy.
a fucking fight. I was at a UFC fight, met him.
Right.
And he's like, he was, you know, who he's with? He was with Big Black, Rob.
Yeah, yeah,
Bro,
okay.
He's like, bro. He's like, I didn't even know who he was at the time. He's like, Johnny Football. He's like, we're going in the city after this. You coming? And I was like, yeah, I'll go. I was fucking married. There's no way I was gonna get away with it, bro. Yeah, bro, I'll meet you there. Let me know where you're going. I went right home, but
Right. Yeah, but he was making some good money, man.
Yeah.
Just going doing autograph signings.
Yep,
when he wasn't
signings,
supposed
yeah.
to, but I mean,
he said he
come
would
on,
go
man,
into a
at this
hotel
point.
room and sign whatever,
Right.
fucking
Him and
1,000
his
posters.
boy had it all worked
and they
out.
would
Where he would just
hand
go
him
and-
like 25 G's or
But
something.
can you imagine that they feel like these schools, especially at that point, like they owned you to the point where you couldn't go sign your autograph for people and make money? That's just
While they're
absolutely
making
ridiculous.
boatloads of money.
Huge
Exactly.
money. You know how many
And, like-
people they built a new stadium off of that guy.
Absolutely.
After his freshman year,
Yeah.
they built a whole new fucking stadium around that
Yeah, they
guy. I
did.
mean, come on.
Yep.
It's
That's
Bro.
when he was his best, yeah. But
Man,
isn't he doing like arena football now or something?
I
or
don't think he.
something?
I don't know if he still plays, but in that documentary I was watching
Yeah.
or whatever, he wasn't playing anymore. But
Dude, at Rutgers, wrestling brings in money too. They're like one of the highest attendance in the country, right?
that right?
Top 10,
It's almost like a sellout. We're top 5 actually.
top
I
5,
think
top
we were
5
4th.
attendance in the country.
No
That's-
shit.
Yeah.
Every time we go out there, it's 7,000 or 8,000 people,
That's
and
huge, bro.
it's
It's
exciting.
awesome.
That's
Hell
it's
yeah.
so fun to wrestle in Jersey because Jersey loves wrestling.
They do,
too,
man.
You know what I
It
mean?
is.
They love
It
wrestling.
is.
and just to think that when you were at the Rutgers program and I was over there working out with you guys, we were in
Yeah.
this dingy fucking basement, mats falling off the
No,
wall.
but
and
to
you
me,
see it
it's
now.
funny. Like that. Like I went to Clarion, bro. We had a locker room was like this size of this room.
Yeah, yeah.
We had all our workout machines in our locker room. We used to do circuits in our fucking locker room, so it would stink like fucking shit because we'd be literally cutting weight, rubber suit on the
Fucking
stair
farting
stepper
in
on
there
the
and-
Versa climber,
Damn.
and then I have to literally go and change and shower right there. You know what I mean? My coach would come in, Jason Robinson. He took second for Edinburgh. Big dude. This dude was an animal. He was a psycho. He was a psycho. He trained us overtrained us for sure. But he would come in. He was like nuts. Like he would put our heavyweight was all American. He would put our heavyweight on his back and be like, get off your back. And if he wouldn't get off his back, the whistle would blow, boop, he would stay there. Get off your back. Our heavyweight was this kid, John Testa, Italian kid from Delaware, fucking great kid. He'd be spitting in the air, and fucking J-Rob would not get him, let him off his back. It was the fucking best, right? Then John would get up, run over, throw the aerodine on the ground, and then run back and wrestle. It was fucking great, bro. Hilarious. But this dude would go in the aerodine in our locker room and just wah, like making it hum wah, for like a fucking half hour straight, like literally wah, and dude,
pouring sweat,
like 10 pounds of sweat.
Wrestlers are just different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
you
just
guys are a different
people.
breed, dude.
Yes,
Different
yes.
fucking breed.
To want to do that, to do the hardest sport in.
This
in
guy
front
wasn't
of-
even competing anymore.
Well, that's what I'm saying. No, you just fucking.
I'm saying.
It's kind of you now, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
But no,
you
but
do the same fucking
just
thing
the
now.
fact that like you're involved in the hardest sport, and for majority of your career, you're going to be wrestling in front of like fucking 50 people in the stands, and like your parents and other people's parents, and like there's no glory
I
until
know
the very end.
your MMA career a little bit. Were you a wrestler though?
No, not at all.
No, you
not
weren't.
at all.
Okay.
No,
He just got
I
the
started-
ears. He just got the
Yeah, I
ears.
started MMA right away.
Never wrestled at all.
Never wrestled. Until I
Really?
met him, really. I never really wrestled.
Wow.
I had like fucking 6 or 7 pro fights, and I didn't know how to stop a takedown at all.
No shit.
Yeah, and it didn't get that much better. So, but yeah, not at all.
So
That's
where-
why I went to
You
Rhino.
just literally, you just started at Rhino.
No. I
Oh.
started at a gym in Middletown, small gym. I had
Okay.
some fights there, and then one of my buddies started training at Rhino, and then Frankie used to run a wrestling practice like Mondays, Tuesdays, whatever it was. And my buddy Adam was like, "Yo, there's some kid down here, and he, college wrestler, and he fucking runs a wrestling practice." I'm like, "Bro, I need to know how to wrestle." So I was like, "Fuck, it, I'm gonna go down there." And then met Frankie and shit, and I choked the shit out of him in the beginning. To end it real soon, but that's how we, kind of
That's
how we
funny.
met, yeah. Because
That's
I was already
funny.
competing, and I'm like, dude, I need to learn how to wrestle. I was getting
Yeah.
taken down left and right, But
That's great.
I never even when I was in high school, I thought like I can't wear tights. Literally, the singlet was the reason why I wouldn't join a wrestling team,
Yeah.
which is so
Because he was
ridiculous.
ashamed.
Yeah, maybe because the bulge wasn't there. If I would have known better, I'd have stuffed at the very least.
Why you guys buy a cup? Just it looks like you got a.
No, I just always thought like,
Wrestling.
whoa, I was
Yeah.
gay.
You wear a cup in wrestling.
I was
You ever
gangster,
you ever
bro.
fucking roll with someone that wears a cup?
Yeah. That's
It's
just
like,
a
what are you
fucking
doing,
ridiculous
bro?
But it's a smart thing to do if you think about it.
Rolling?
We never wore a cup, bro. We would fucking spar.
I know.
I mean, how many times
still
we
don't.
kicked in the
I
nuts?
still
though?
don't.
I know.
Bro, today I was I was watching wrestling and some dude like rolled and his hit me right on the bone of my pelvis, but missed my dick and balls, bro.
Damn.
I was like, oh my
Fucking
god,
close
I would.
call.
It was hard. I was like, holy shit, it hurt my bone already. If that was on the D or B, bro, holy shit,
Dingleberries.
That would have been bad.
But we used to spar with small gloves, no headgear.
Oh, my
no
God,
Fucking
yeah.
mouthpiece.
Yeah.
No, none of that.
We
you
used to,
know?
honestly, if I forgot my mouthpiece, I used to put paper towels in my mouth.
No way.
Yeah,
Yes,
and I would be drooling like crazy.
100%.
all the way with yo fucking.
Yeah. I made a man of him. when I first met him.
So how is Rutgers, is college? I mean, you look at college now, the institutions of all colleges, and they're like a fucking very liberal. Is that how it is now?
100%. 100%. People, I just think people are too soft.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Just
yeah.
like everyone gets like offended over everything. No one wants to be told like this is right, this is wrong. But yeah, the colleges are very, very liberal. I remember writing about something and my professor was like, didn't agree with what I wrote. So she gave me a low grade.
Yeah, that's that's
Yeah.
bad. That's scary because that means their agenda. Like if you don't follow along what they want to, hear and say and see, you get a bad
academic
grade. So
stuff
you're not going to move up in the
And they don't
business
want- they
side
don't
of the
want
world
free
or the
thinkers?
medical
You don't want
industry
free
of the
thinkers?
world or anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But those people that pretty much listen to everything they say and agree with everything they say, they're going to get pushed forward. They're going to get the good grades. That's really messed up.
Yeah.
You know?
Teaches you not to be a free thinker, basically.
Right.
That's again, like that's kind of why I'm not big on the academics and everything because it's almost like they tell you how to think, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm not trying to do what you guys are telling me to do.
Yeah.
You know
right,
what I mean?
right.
That should be the absolute opposite of that. You should be able to go there and come with your own opinions, your own thoughts on things, and yeah.
College should make you think, not basically put you in a box and tell you this is how you're gonna live your life. It's just not right.
Yeah.
Are there they thems out there?
A lot of that. Sometimes they make you introduce yourself for these discussion boards and some of these online classes. They make you use pronouns and stuff, and I'm like, I don't want to do all that. And they're like, tell us this.
So you have to say
that.
he, him?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. I actually have to have it. I have to keep it in my little Canvas thing, and I hate it. And like, because it's on like Instagram and all that other stuff, and I don't keep it there because I don't care about my pronouns.
So what do you mean? What do you mean by have to? They'll literally fail you if you don't?
No, because when you sign up for like this Canvas thing for Rutgers, sometimes it'll have like pronouns, and sometimes it's an optional box and sometimes it's not, but like for the Canvas thing it's not optional, so it's like parentheses pronouns. If I don't fill out the pronouns, I can't even get to my classes.
Can you put whatever in there?
So ridiculous.
Can you put like king, king?
I try to do stuff like that before, because like Instagram has the same thing with like the pronouns, and I was like, let me see if I can do like just
boss,
just him or something.
Just him, there you go.
Two-time state champ.
Yeah.
Like,
But they were like,
come
they
up to your
don't-
own conclusion.
They don't let you do none of that. Yeah.
That's so fucked up, man. They're just killing. Like, thank God there's people like you in school. You know what I mean? That are like you said. Like, I'm not trying to get indoctrinated by these people. I want to be a free thinker. But unfortunately, most people just want to be told what to do and follow suit.
You walk around campus. What do you give the percentages at? What do you consider? Let's call woke and unwoke. Is it 50-50, or are we looking at?
I wish it was 50-50.
Really?
We're like, if you want to go like liberal conservative like bunch, there's probably maybe like 90% liberal.
What?
Yeah,
We're doomed.
Was it just a fucking wrestling team?
It's honestly just the college campuses though. Like the college campuses are rough, because you go to somewhere like Madison, Wisconsin, it's just the same way. It's like it's all this like liberal, inclusive stuff, and it's like
it's just it's big colleges like that. Yeah.
all like those colleges like that are in like tiny cities and stuff. It's just.
And
all
regardless
liberal.
of how you think, if you know that, hey, I have to do this in order to get ahead or to even get into the job market or get there,
You gotta play the game.
You're forced into it. Yeah, it's just it's ridiculous.
And I never even saw myself as like one of the other like liberal or conservative, but I don't want to be what they are. It's like I don't want to be this. That's all I know.
It shows you. Yeah, it kind of makes that's honestly that's how I felt I was. I was a political science major in college, and I didn't know anything about politics or anything. I went to school to wrestle, and I remember the kids in my class. There were all these dorky dudes that were into, and I'm like, whoa, those are the people that are in charge right now. That's why we're fucked.
Yes.
Couldn't stand those
100%.
people.
100%.
You know,
It's the truth. It's a scary world. You think about it, man. Because what kind of world are our kids going to grow up in? They're going to have to conform in order to get that job or to get that, you know.
Something's gonna
Unless
happen.
we
Something
can set them up
radical's
the
gonna
right way.
happen, probably, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, if you stripped down the world of laws and, ethics and all that other, they would be wiped off the face of the planet in 7 minutes. You know what I mean? So they hide behind all that, and then, they go to these places of authority and they sort of abuse it,
Yeah. You're our last hope, bro. You're the future.
This
You're
is
the
true.
future,
The
dude.
last one.
We're dependent on you.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it is actually getting rough out here.
Yeah. That's what I'm glad like my kids, I know they're kind of normal. They're kind of like us along our lines. A lot of people in this town.
You think? Tino was dressed up as Donald Trump a couple years ago for Halloween.
A lot of people around here in Ocean County kind of are along the same
Right.
lay line with us, I feel like.
I texted
Right,
Frankie
right.
And
earlier.
I hate, like I said, I hate saying right, left, conservative, liberal. I hate saying that
you're
shit.
conforming to this nonsense.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm just
I texted
common
Frankie
sense, bro.
earlier. I was like, "Yo, this just young kid. Let's give him a platform. Let's not talk about politics."
I'll tell you what.
It's
I
not
don't
politics. It's not politics. How's it politics?
Unless you get
It's
a they
really
them,
not.
unless you get a
It's
they
the
them
world,
that's a
I guess.
stud on the team, then you're like, hey,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
I'm saying it's not.
I tell people all the time though, like I don't do politics, but like it's not politics. Like
You're right.
I have to live in this world when
Yeah.
I get out of college and everything too.
It's
you know?
getting
Like,
to the
I gotta
point-
consider
Right.
it.
Well, your friend. Yeah. Listen. Why is he on the show? Because he's friends with Jesse. So it's getting to the point where we're very much. It's almost good versus evil now. It really is. I mean, we're almost there, right?
Yeah,
Bro, this the shit that's going on. It's
We're
nuts.
100% there.
I mean,
we're too divided.
We
yeah,
are.
That's the
Too
thing.
divided.
Yeah, and we're not.
We're not.
They try to
divided.
give
Not
us
that
every
divided.
Get out in the
reason
world,
to get
bro.
divided.
You're right.
When's the
100%.
last time? I mean, it's a pretty. It's a pretty easy answer. When's the last time you remember us being fully united?
We're 100% there.
It's a pretty. It's a pretty easy answer. When's the last time you remember us being fully united? 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%.
Oh, he wasn't
He's
alive.
freaking 21
I
years
wasn't-
old.
yeah,
bro.
I
You
was
don't even
gonna
know.
say,
9/11? You
alive.
weren't alive? 9/11?
I wasn't even
2001.
born.
Oh,
He don't
it was
even
a
know what
year
he
later.
don't even know what
Holy shit!
he don't even know what GI Joes are, bro. This
Holy
guy.
I know what G.I. Joes are. Look, I'm cultured. I'm young, but I'm still cultured.
Yeah.
I
Well,
know-
all right.
yeah,
So
I
let,
got you.
let
I
us
got you.
tell you the last time the country was united.
Is when we
9/11.
bombed when,
Yeah.
9/11.
when we bombed ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Really, the last time our country was fully united is after 9/11, for months after 9/11.
Right.
There's a lot of
Think
stuff
about it.
I'm learning about that time. I'm gonna be quiet about it.
Well, yeah, 'cause Jesse was here not that long ago, I could tell.
Yeah. You have any deep discussions with Jesse because he's deep down the rabbit hole.
I'll just be lifting weights and he will go on like a tangent or something.
Yeah.
So there are a couple. There are a
Yeah.
couple.
Did you see the
but-
chemtrails this morning? You're like, dude, I
Yeah.
just want to do my arms and get out of here.
That's funny you said that because like I've always been a Frank Yeager fan, and you know you were talking about when Rhino, he opened like when I heard he was at the barn teaching, I was like, I'm in. I didn't know shit about fucking
Right.
fighting, training, nothing. But I was like,
That's
Frankie's
when
doing
you
it.
used to come to jiu-jitsu with hair
I'm
gel in, right?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I'm in. And then we got to be friendly. Well, after I crashed in front of him, we got to be friendly, and I got an invite over to his house or something like that. And I remember, I was like, holy shit, I'm at Frank Yeager's house. You know, we sat down next to a fire pit in his backyard. And it was like four, I think, I forget who else was there. But anyway, regardless, you said to me, what do you think of chemtrails? And I didn't even know what the fuck he was talking about. I'm like, the first question this guy asked me is, what the fuck? I was like, yeah, they're cool.
I'm like, wow.
Also,
What do we got here, buddy?
he went home. He's telling his friends, like, yo, this got chemtrails in New Jersey. I don't know what's going on here.
I had no clue what he was talking about.
None of us knew any of this stuff. COVID woke everybody up, though. That was
Yeah.
the problem. With, like, the establishment didn't get that. You lock everybody in their house, and we have
Right.
nothing to do. People are going to have time now. People who had 2 and 3 jobs are not going to have time to sit home, talk to their friends, start asking questions, start coming up with different scenarios, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah,
and
well-
you could see the shift since COVID
Sure.
of how many more people are questioning authority. Before COVID, I didn't question the doctor. I didn't
question the media.
No,
I was like,
none of
oh,
this
this has
stuff.
got to be pretty
I
true
never
because they're
even
saying
watched the news.
I don't
They
believe
still-
this is what they wanted. They want us to be like, I don't know, I don't believe nothing. They want us to believe nothing, have nothing to stand for.
You never know.
Dean, so when's the first match this season?
First match, I think we're out in PA actually. It's against F&M. We have F&M and Duke, but I think we're out. I think it's Liberty High School in PA.
What tournaments you guys doing?
We're doing the Princeton. I know we're sending guys to the Princeton Open. We're doing the Princeton Open, the Black Knight Invite, and then we're sending people to Midlands this year for sure.
You guys-
So,
you're-
How do you determine who goes to
one
these?
year. I did Midland 2 years ago, and I took 4th.
All right.
But I didn't go last year or whatever because they gave me like a break in the middle of the season because like I think we wrestled Princeton on the 12th of December. They gave me like a month off until like January because like
You guys load onto one of those big, long yellow buses and
no.
I'm
They got
joking.
charter buses, right?
I'm joking.
We get one of those. We have actually just our bus
Who's your
driver's
guy?
great.
What's his
Angel,
name?
you know Angel? Yeah,
I don't know,
Angel's
but
great.
I heard about it. Yeah.
Everyone loves
he
Angel.
He comes in and watches them wrestle and
Oh,
shit.
no shit.
Most
Yeah,
bus
that's
people
awesome.
don't do that
That's
shit,
awesome.
you know?
It's like
Yeah.
our own little guy that's like
Yeah,
our
supporting
bus
you.
driver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does the team determine who goes where? Do you have wrestle-offs for individual tournaments or no?
No.
well-
you wrestle off, for the most part, you wrestle off just for the season, right?
Yeah, I mean, so Goody doesn't love like wrestle-offs where we're like just head-to-head. So he'll send people to, like tournaments and stuff.
And have
so,
them
like,
wrestle off there.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like probably for a couple weight classes we'll have to do that. Probably for like 65 because we haven't had a solid starter for 65 in like 3 or 4 years. So like the running joke is like we don't have a 65. So
They don't have, like, I remember we used to do like blue gold. It was a wrestle offs. Like, you don't do. I mean, Rutgers
People-
used to do it. When I coached at Rutgers, we used to do a dual meet for the wrestle offs.
I think people, I guess when they hear matches and all that other stuff, this is why Goody doesn't do it. Is because people have like egos or people get too nervous because they hear match day and they're like,
But
They're
dude,
not-
what do you mean though?
That's what I mean, like,
that's
it-
like, yo, that's real time.
Would you hear
That's
the-
gonna happen when you
Right.
wrestle. That's
you
a
gotta
real
be
match.
a competitor, right? You were
Yeah.
talking about it earlier. Like, who's scarier, a guy that wants to compete or a guy that
right.
the guy that wants to compete is a scarier guy. But we don't do it because I think it's people have egos. People get butthurt a little bit and they don't want to.
My thing is the cream rises to the top.
Yeah, that's how I feel. It's
Absolutely.
like the best is gonna win.
Yeah.
and that's how it is. But we'll do like indicator matches. So like what I was saying, next week we wrestle off and we have referees and stuff, but they don't have as much like bearing on who gets the spot and stuff. Yeah,
More so in the when they wrestle
with the
in
tournament stuff,
yeah.
which makes
That's
sense.
cool.
Though.
It kind of keeps it out of their hands.
Yeah, a little bit, so they don't have to like pick people and
Right.
be like, you won this, so this is your spot, and this is
Right.
you know.
Is the talent pool constantly shifting in wrestling? Like the UFC, for example. I mean, there'll be stacked divisions for a certain amount of time, and then that division might get a little weaker, and then it might go to the 155.
It's probably perfect for my weight class because for the longest time it was run by Spencer Lee. He won 3 titles at the weight. He was the guy to beat, and then Ramos came out of nowhere and knocked him off. But him leaving basically made 125, which is where I'm at, the most chaotic weight class. I mean, last year I think there were 7 or 8 different guys during the year where they were ranked number 1.
Oh wow!
So like
yeah,
it was
25
constantly like
nuts,
changing
wow.
and
Yeah,
stuff.
that was
Yeah.
nuts.
And I ended up actually taking out the number 1 guy at Big
Yeah,
Tens. I beat Ramos or whatever, who beat Lee. But yeah, that's like, it's just chaotic. There's like no set number 1 coming into the year.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that makes it fun, though, right?
Yeah.
That makes
Yeah.
it fun.
More exciting.
Opportunity, a lot of good opportunities out there.
Now let me ask you a question: Are you guys still cutting weight like cavemen, like just in a sauna with a
Oh,
rubber suit,
no.
or have you started implementing the hot bass, the stuff that?
Sauna is an NCAA violation. You can't do that.
Very true.
Or
No, I
illegal.
know
You can only
that.
use
Yeah.
it to lose weight. I mean, you can only use it for recovery.
Recovery.
Yeah.
Right.
Recovery.
Right.
Yeah.
But I just remember back in the
Bro,
day going to
what do you
Rutgers
mean,
wrestle
though, a hot
practices.
bath? You think a hot bath is more what?
I'm just saying,
Well, I'm
just,
asking
just
you. Because it's not. It's no fucking different.
I'm saying, are you using more? Like the weight cuts in MMA have gotten so
Totally different.
scientific.
You can't
Totally
even compare.
different.
You can't even compare them to.
No, because you got to constantly make weight. But I'm
Yeah.
just saying,
It's
are
not
you
even
still,
just the constantly making weight. You don't have as much time.
Right.
We have like two
An
hours
hour.
off the
Right,
scale.
so you
2
can't come
hours
in as
now?
big.
2 hours.
You can't come in. You can't cut as much weight because you can't put it back on. But as far as the way that you're cutting
Yeah, but you just
weight
can't
is
do it.
still-
You can't water load. You
Yeah, you
water
can't
load. You're not
water load,
whacking.
right.
You're not whacking off that much. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
right.
gotta-
So you just got to.
My
work
thing
it
is
off.
this:
You
when
just
I
gotta
was
work
in
it off.
college, my senior year, I wouldn't get more during the season. I said you don't get more than 10 pounds over.
Yeah.
That's how
I
you.
try to-
That's how you live. Yeah.
Then it's kind of
And then you'll just work that weight off when it's
I'll
time.
usually try to. So last year I kind of had I got a little bit big, so I was chilling more like 10, 15 after
Yeah,
duels and
yeah.
stuff, and that's when it started getting difficult. But like if I can keep my weight around weighing around 31, 32, which is like 7 or 8 over,
Right.
that's not bad. But like once I get into that plus 10, and then you got to lose that 10 in a week, that's
Yeah,
when
that's
it's a
tough.
struggle and you're killing your
I
legs.
feel like
and-
the first couple weigh-ins, as long as you stay within that range, and then it's like you almost can't get that heavy.
yeah.
Actually, the hardest weigh-in's the first weigh-in and the weigh-in after Christmas break.
Yep.
Those are always
Yep.
the 2 hardest weigh-ins.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's
that makes sense. That makes sense.
With that break in the middle of the year,
Yeah.
I fucked up
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah,
bad.
Did you say hot baths?
Yes.
Yeah, well, we
That's a
just do
thing
all types
for
of
cutting
stuff.
weight?
Like
Oh,
salt
yeah.
baths.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hot
But
baths.
you need
I
a
mean,
salt. You know, you don't-
just
you don't need-
just
you need hot.
manipulating
Yeah.
your minerals. Just like water loading and you're high on the salt, and you cut all the salt out and all this type of stuff. Like, are you using those? Did the weight cut in college wrestling get more scientific as the weight cut has
No.
gotten more scientific? No, it's still just
No,
just
because
sweat
it's
it out.
it's you can't compare the two.
But why
sure-
is that?
I'm sure you. Why?
Don't you
'Cause-
wrestle
because
on a Saturday and you're gonna wrestle next Saturday? You got a week in between.
a week? Sometimes you wrestle twice in a
Yeah,
week.
there's usually we'll have during the season, like during the Big Ten season, 4 days.
Oh,
You don't get an entire week to,
yeah.
It's
That's impossible. Yeah.
So
impossible.
you
can't
got
do it
to,
that way.
you got to keep it low, and it's
See, like this guy, and I was the same way. We always worked out to get our weight off all the way to the end of it.
Oh yeah.
Where most guys will just kind of wrap themselves in hot towels. And
What
there
weight
was,
did you fight at?
55. Well,
Oh, you were
70. I fought
55
85,
too?
70, 55.
Oh, shit.
All of them, yeah. Yeah, but I fought
Rumble
85.
Johnson over there.
I fought 85 when I weighed 85.
Okay.
Fought 70 when I weighed 85. I was way too small. So really, I was a 55 for the whole time. I just didn't know or want to cut weight, really, you know.
Okay.
And then, yeah.
What weight was you fought Matt the Immortal and beat him actually, right?
Yeah, at 70.
That
I
was
was 170, yeah. And you see him, he stayed at 170 his whole career because he was a true 70. I was definitely
he's tall.
small, yeah. You need the height. Big. That's a big thing. But cutting weight was just like, eat less, don't drink, work out like crazy. Like, it's definitely not healthy. You're definitely not going into the match or the fight.
You say not
100%.
healthy, but what? It's healthier than fucking sitting on the couch and eating potato chips.
Nah, I don't know,
I don't
bro.
know,
You're
man.
near
You cut-
death.
you
Like,
cut
I had
so
a couple
much that
weight cuts
it
that
gets
were,
to the point where it's almost.
yeah.
What's suffering? Your liver, your heart? What,
Yes,
what's,
my dude.
Bro,
I,
you're cutting water out. That's the problem.
It's horrible.
You're cutting water out.
And then you're
Your
going into a
organs
fist
want
fight the
that
next
water,
day.
bro.
Yeah.
You know.
So it's not one individual organ. It's everything.
It's everything, but you're
Yeah.
like it's not good for your brain. Your brain
Yeah,
dehydrates.
dude,
That's where you get fucking
make
killed.
weight days. You just feel you're not. If you took a cognitive test, you probably wouldn't score as high.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely not. I used
You
to do
definitely
IVs too. I did IVs. Yeah, I mean,
No, when you're cutting weight, you're killing everything. On
not-
the inside
I'm
of
not
you
your
cutting
definitely
body.
are. Why do you
You're
think
like-
Frankie's freaking 4'6"? And look at yourself. You were a 6 foot man. You were supposed to be 6 foot. I bet your dad's tall, isn't he?
No, actually. So my grandma's 4'11". She looked like a little bowling ball.
Well,
That
yeah,
makes more
all our
sense.
grandmas are
My
short.
mom's
Yeah.
4'11".
Yeah, he comes from this way. But that's got to stunt your growth. Like if you wrestled your whole life, you're growing up like it's like growing up in a concentration camp. You're constantly depleting yourself of food, of minerals, of everything, and then
Yeah.
you see guys in the gym, especially like when they're full, they're not cutting weight, they're killers. But then, you got to cut that weight and show up on that day. It's a whole different animal, man. It's a whole different animal.
Yeah.
It is.
You guys remember? I don't know who he was. Was it Aldo? Conor McGregor when he cut all. Dude, he was so sucked out.
Oh
Looked
yeah,
like-
when he made 45, he was
He
horrible.
looked like a
Was it
skeleton.
Connor? No,
Conor,
Dennis.
yeah.
Dennis
Seaver?
Whatever. It was whenever he was fighting 45. So any one of those, he looked fucking
Horrible,
emaciated.
yeah.
Oh, bro, it was
Big time.
one of the worst I've seen. Yeah, it was so sucked out.
And now he's done like the reverse weight cut.
Yeah. He pounds cocaine and steroids.
Yeah.
Although he says he's the most tested guy right now in the
Yeah,
pool.
after he stopped doing the fucking juice. But again, for a guy like Conor, and just most fighters, but especially a guy like Conor who's such a big draw, he broke his fucking leg.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you give that guy everything under
Throw
fucking...
everything
at him. They
yes,
did.
of
Yeah,
course
they
they get
did.
him back, of
Yeah.
course. There's not...
He still ain't
I don't
back.
know how much...
Still ain't back.
Huh?
Still ain't back.
No, I know. You think there's a reason for that?
Nah, I don't know.
You think it's health
I think
reasons, or is it
he's just
just-
all supposed to be all over the place.
Well, I mean, the number
Yeah.
one reason
Look-
has to be he just does not need the money, right?
Oh,
yeah,
of
but,
course.
but I don't
That's
know. I
definitely-
feel like he loves the spotlight.
He does love
Yes.
the spotlight.
Loves
He
it.
tweets every single
But he
fucking
finds the
fight.
spotlight in other places. I mean,
Yeah,
he was
for
in
sure.
fucking Roadhouse. I mean,
Wasn't
he's,
bad.
you know.
Wasn't bad.
I get it. You make that much money, it's harder to get up and do the things you got to do.
Is he
when you
making
were a
it with
hungry
Proper
fighter.
12 now, though? He might be making that.
Proper
fucking-
12, he sold
he
it
did
for
sell it,
$150 million or something like that.
Well, he was
so.
just at River Rock with his beer, though.
Yeah, it's a Ford something.
Yeah, I forget. But
So, Dean, tell us where everybody can find you on social media.
On Instagram, Dean Peterson 02. On TikTok, Dean Peterson 125, and then on Twitch, Dean the Machine 02.
Oh, two. That
I
means he
love-
was born in 2002.
2002.
Roger.
Wild.
Yeah.
You kidding me?
That wasn't around for 9/11.
we
right?
put together a little TikTok dance we're going to do with you on the way
Oh,
out.
no. I
We're
post
just trying to
I
reach
don't do
your
those
followers.
dances and stuff
Roger
on my
does.
TikTok.
Roger has a couple dances in his.
I did with my daughter. I did it with my daughter.
Yeah.
But you could tell he choreographed them.
He's like practicing for 10, 15 in the
That's,
mirror.
hey, listen,
Yeah.
listen. There's more truth to that than you know. There's more truth to that than you know.
You guys got the wrestling house there at Rutgers? I remember a kid I used to train with when I first started fighting MMA or whatever. He was a Rutgers wrestler, and I remember I went to the wrestling house the one night, and literally I got there. I was there for like 2 beers, and they're like, "Bro, you're a fighter?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Can you kick this door in?" I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, just lock this door. Can you kick this door in?" So that night I ended up kicking in like 5 fucking doors in their house and shit. I'm like, these dudes are fucking wild.
wrestling house.
In the wrestling
Is
house
that
at
like
Rutgers.
Jello in a
There's a-
pool?
there's
somehow?
a couple
No, it was
houses.
just
There's
some
a couple
rundown
houses.
fucking crack house looking place
bro,
that.
college houses.
Oh,
college-
it was.
The
it was-
wrestling houses get rowdy.
now
They
they
get rowdy.
these guys got good, nice stuff.
They're
man.
over there knitting.
These guys got
Knitting.
fucking nice stuff, bro.
They get into a little bit of trouble. Not too much though.
Yeah.
Enough where they can handle it.
And I'm
you
sure
know.
when the wrestlers are walking around town, people are like, "All right, stay away from that group."
No,
right? I mean,
nope.
just-
No,
It's
they
No,
the
really?
exact opposite. They
Get
want,
outta here.
They're like they wrestle. Let's fight them.
really?
Yeah. So
they're dumb as shit.
a couple of years ago, a
Fucking
kid ended up
idiots.
getting like a bottle thrown at the back of his head because they found out he was a wrestler. It was a frat, and he's still not allowed to near that frat because they want to fight him every time he goes by it.
Dude, that is the last group you want to fucking. You know what I
You
mean?
think, but people are like, "Oh, he's a wrestler. Let me see how good I am." or
You get the
whatever.
fucking gender study guys that are like, "Hey, let's fuck with the wrestlers." Like, what the fuck?
Are you single? What's the girl talent like on
Oh,
colleges these days?
I gotta live with my girl.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. We'll
I
let
was
that.
scared.
We'll let that go. Man.
Yes, right.
I was gonna just
What
say,
about
is
that
there a
time you're
lot of
slurping
purple
Jell-O
hairs walking
shots?
around, or is there any actual talent on college campuses these days?
They wear some interesting outfits.
Yeah.
Ho never gets cold. You know that.
Hell no. Only hoes and penguins.
I love it. Raj is on a fucking list just for asking about college girls right now. You know that?
Yeah, exactly. I just got canceled. Yeah. The government searching my phone as we speak.
As you speak. Oh, shit.
Well, yeah, thank you for coming on, man. Good luck this season. I'm excited to go up there, catch some matches, especially at the Rutago Center.
Yeah, bro, I'll be
definitely.
at that
We'll
one.
be
I
Yeah,
can make that
Rogers
one.
big ass
Yeah,
over
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Fuck yeah, I'd love to see
Yeah,
that,
good
man.
luck, man. I hope you kill it. Hope you get those goals and, stay the course, my man.
Thank you, and thank you for having me on. This is awesome. You know.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely,
Good
bro.
times, good times.
All right.
Frank, you got that school now.
Hell yeah.
Once in a while, you throw some wrestling classes in there, don't
Yeah.
you? Yeah,
I
there you
do.
go.
Yep.
And listen,
down.
if
Come
you
and
if you
100%.
Come down, beat the
Yeah.
boys up.
if an
Come and teach
MMA
your
career
seminar.
ever spuds, we're your guys.
Yeah.
We're your guys. Like I
Yeah.
said, I got a contract upstairs.
I'm ready to sign it.
Yes.
I'm already ready.
Let's go.
Appreciate you, brother. Thanks
Yes,
for coming
Thanks,
on.
bro.
Of course.
What's up, guys? Make sure you follow us on your favorite podcast platforms. You can find the links in the description below. And if you've enjoyed this episode, hit that like button and share it with a friend. Your support keeps us growing.